Right, let's do a real quick one, just in case. Welcome everybody to a belated chart of the day, which we unfortunately didn't click the live button on, so apologies for that. Let's whiz through this pretty quickly, just with a quick summary. You can see there our message that we give at the beginning of every session, just to remind you that this is for educational purposes only. Please make sure you do your own due diligence on anything you see here, and of course follow trading plans on every trading action. Um, So sorry about that. I've been talking to myself for the last half an hour. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's just do a quick headlines and chart of the day, or charts of the day. So we saw a stronger session on Friday in the US after a midweek pullback. Um, that was on the back of PCE data coming in as expected, which probably locks in further that potential rate cut in October from the Fed. Um, if we US futures mildly higher so far today. Asian markets mixed with the ASX up around about 0.75%. The outperformer. The guy's looking a little shaky. Chinese markets were pretty well near neutral when I last looked. European futures point to a cautiously positive open. On the FX world, US dollar index was strong for most of last week, but did pull back on Friday. Gold is looking strong now. We'll have a look at charts of all of these. Copper up again today after the end of week pullback and all remains range bound. Bitcoin's trading around that 112,000 sticky level that we've referenced many times over the last few weeks. It is jobs week in the US, and of course we have the non-farm payrolls on Friday. We've got weekly jobs and the ADP report also due. ADP on Wednesday, weekly on Thursday. Got the RBA rate decision. We are expected a pause. And Chinese PMI also due this week, but and we've got US housing data also today on the pending orders. Apart from that, it's a very quiet day. Let's quickly check out some charts. The one you can see in front of you is probably the major mover and was my FX chart of the day, as I was talking to myself a little while ago. But this is looking really, this has continued really over the last half an hour to bring us down to this level at through 149, now testing this level at 148.90. Looks as though a breach is on the cards, possible 30 to 40 pip move to the downside should we breach that. And of course, this mirrors a general sort of US dollar weakness today and on Friday. So follow through from that. Bottom of this range here may drop into this one, which of course has at its bottom a 2022 low. Here's gold today, looking very strong. Just a little pullback in this 30-minute candle, which is about to finish. But you can see there, record high has been tested and breached. We're just sitting a little bit under that 3,800 level. The high for today was a dollar short of 3,800. So that looks like the level to watch for gold. And probably gold is where the major action is today in the major asset classes. We do see a little buying into copper, possibly. Excuse me. Uh, Possibly 485. The level of interest breach through that could be up to 495. Oil is range bound, but we're at the top of that range, so just watch that over the next 24 hours. And as I said, US futures looking really fairly positive again today. May test record highs. You can see that on the Nasdaq futures there. Bitcoin just sticking around this 112 level. You can see up, down, up, down. When it breaches to the downside, it bounces back up. When it breaches to the upside, it breaches back down again. So 112 looks like the level of interest. So watch where it goes next. Wait till it moves to its extreme and starts to move back the other day and see if it will move back to 112 again. Outside of the US yen, which we've already looked at, if we look at the Aussie yen, that is looking a little weak, but it doesn't look as though there's a great appetite to sell. The other major currency that caught my eye was the Euro USD, potential breach of 117.30 to keep an eye on, with a 20 pip to the upside. So really in the FX world, it's the Euro USD potential long trade, and of course potential short on the USD yen, which are the two to keep an eye on. Flipping up to the ASX, the ones we've been keeping an eye on last week still continue to look strong. There we've got 360 ASX, which is through $50, testing record high on Friday, testing that today. A little bit shy, but the outperformer once again is Ferrenti. We said watch this for a trend continuation when we met last, and you can see it's breached that high from yesterday. It's sitting around about 273. I think about 295 to $3 is possibly the next move to the upside. And Parenti, really worth keeping on your radar. Those are going to be the two to keep an eye on. But also of interest, Zip for a potential bounce are worth keeping an eye on. But also another one we've been tracking recently is LYC. You can just see that short-term pause here at around about 1690. Obviously record highs on this, as you can see. So just watch that level for a potential breach. Megaport just pulled back from that, so that can go off your radar for right now. Apart from that, really, it's the gold stocks that are outperforming today. So the likes of Evolution Mining, for example, 4% to the upside. That's again trend continuation in that. So there's three there that really catch my eye. Evolution, LYC, in fact, for Parenti and ASX 360. Hi, hi, Wayne. Hi, Sonia. Right, into the US. I once were having a look at when I was doing my solo. Was Nvidia. Obviously, we had that pullback as with the rest of the US market midweek. You see a little bit buying coming in Friday. Just this 182 level just appears to be a bit stubborn at the moment. Wouldn't be doing anything with Nvidia until it breaches that. Ford caught my eye this morning. Looking at Friday's price action, we've got a breach of $12, which looks technically important. We're not seeing it at this level since all the way back here in towards the end of July, which looks like an earnings move to the downside back last year. So this breach is important. Also, going to move on GM in that same space. You can see again a breach of a key level, not seen since last year. So GM looking strong as well. Either of those looks good. And then, of course, we've got standard. And of course, we've got Tesla rocking and rolling. As you can see there, looking really strong. Once again, seems to be just a little stuck under 450 over the last few days. It's just struggled a little bit, but extending our trading, you can see it's moved back up there. So that's one to watch in this evening's session. Going to keep it short and sweet since I've now done this twice. Which of course is all my bad. So yeah, I hope that's given you a couple of things to have a look at in the shortened version for today. I'll love and leave you on that. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see some of you later. Take care of yourselves. Have a great Monday and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you on Thursday for the next exciting installment and possibly at Inner Circle on Wednesday evening. You guys take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.